All right, so we've got a wild one today.
Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Diddy's in hot water.
Yeah.
And not like,
Just a little,
right,
not a little legal spat. We're talking, like, serious accusations.
potential criminal charges and whispers of a scandal that could, like, go way beyond just the music industry.
Yeah, definitely.
So today we're doing a deep dive into all the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs.
You know, the music mogul entrepreneur,
Right.
basically Mr. Hip-Hop success,
Well, a recent article from Radar Online.
paints a very different picture of him,
Mm-hmm.
like a much darker side to everything.
Yeah,
it's a wild fall from grace when you think about it.
I mean, this is a guy who was getting keys to cities.
Right.
And now he's facing, like, potentially federal indictment.
It's like ripped from a movie script.
Yeah, no, for sure. And to be clear here,
We're not talking about like a parking ticket scandal. We're
Yeah.
talking racketeering, sex trafficking.
like, these are serious charges.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
For someone at his level.
Exactly.
So it's important to remember right now, these are just allegations.
Right.
We're not saying he's guilty of anything.
Of course.
He hasn't been convicted.
But the fact that these accusations are even being investigated
Right.
is definitely concerning.
Okay, so let's break down exactly what's going on here.
This Radar Online article goes deep into these supposed gatherings Diddy would throw.
That they're calling freak-offs.
Okay?
And,
It wasn't just like a...
your average wild party.
Right.
We're talking like potential drug use, powerful people allegedly there, and even like whispers of recordings being used for...
Let's just say less than savory reasons.
Yeah, that's where things start to get a little...
Murky.
Yeah.
Because if these allegations are true...
It points to a potential pattern of manipulation and abuse of power.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes it even more complicated.
Is the alleged involvement of some high-profile figures,
Okay.
including New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Wait, hold on. Mayor Adams is caught up in this?
See, now,
This is where it gets interesting.
it gets messy.
Yeah.
Gets real messy.
The article seems to suggest a connection.
Between these freak-offs and Mayor Adams, who's already dealing with his own controversies.
So it's not just a celebrity scandal anymore, right?
Right.
This could be way bigger.
Exactly. And that's where the Southern District of New York comes in.
Ah, the SDNY.
Those guys don't mess around either.
No, they do not. They're known for handling these high-profile, intricate cases.
Especially when it involves, like, financial stuff. Corruption, organized crime.
So the fact that they're involved at all...
Tells you this could be huge.
Okay, so to recap,
We've got Diddy facing these serious allegations.
we've got whispers of potentially, like, incriminating recordings.
Right.
And now...
The SDNY is stepping in, which makes it seem like this is just the tip of the iceberg.
What's the deal with these recordings? So these recordings, right?
They supposedly caught everything that went down at these freak-offs.
And now they're like the center of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The article says they could have some pretty damning evidence.
And not just about Diddy.
Right.
Potentially about other big names, too.
That's where it gets even juicier.
The article suggests that maybe Diddy used these recordings as leverage before.
And that some of the people on those tapes...
Might have been involved in some things that wouldn't look so good in the public eye.
So, like, straight up blackmail.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
That raises the stakes big time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now you're talking obstruction of justice, witness tampering.
A whole mess of charges that could get everyone in deep.
And it seems like they're taking it seriously.
Especially with the SDNY involved.
Oh, yeah.
But here's my question.
If Diddy had all this dirt on these powerful people...
Why now? Why didn't he use it before?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
And according to the article, it might all come back to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal.
Oh,
And Deal's not just some random guy.
he was Diddy's right-hand man for years.
Yeah.
He was in the inner circle, saw it all.
This guy must have some stories.
Oh, I bet. And get this, he's saying this is bigger than Diddy.
Hold on. What does that even mean?
Well, he's being vague.
But on a recent podcast, The Art of Dialogue, he mentioned tapes.
Okay.
And that those tapes don't just have celebrities on them.
We're talking politicians on other bigwigs.
So let me get this straight.
We've got a scandal,
Alleged crimes.
and now maybe a cover-up involving some seriously powerful people.
It's starting to feel like a real-life House of Cards situation.
No kidding.
It makes you question everything, right?
Yeah, like how much power do these people really have?
And are they above the law?
Exactly.
Those are the questions we need answers to.
So where does Mayor Adams fit into all this?
That's the big question, isn't it? Because the article doesn't say outright that he was at these freak-offs.
Or that he did anything illegal.
You're right. It just hints at a possible connection.
But even a hint could be damaging, right?
Especially with everything else going on with the mayor. It's like he's guilty just because of who he knows, right?
Yeah, in a
Even
way.
if there's nothing actually connecting him to Diddy's
Alleged crimes.
right, but the association alone,
Yeah,
it makes you wonder about his judgment, who he surrounds himself with,
exactly.
and ultimately whether he's really looking out for the people he's supposed to be serving.
It all goes back to that idea that Gene Deal keeps talking about.
This is bigger than Diddy, if this is all true.
What does it say about how power really works?
It's like this whole culture of looking the other way,
To protect the people at the top.
And that's scary.
It really is.
It's like we need to be able to trust these systems.
Absolutely. That's why it's so important to have a free press,
Independent investigations, a legal system that treats everyone the same.
No matter how rich or famous they are.
Exactly.
It shouldn't matter if you're Diddy or the mayor.
Right. At the end of the day.
This is about potential abuse of power and making sure that justice is served.
This whole thing with Diddy,
It's a lot to process.
it really is.
We started with these allegations.
And now we're talking about cover-ups
Yeah.
and a whole network of powerful people,
It just goes to show you things aren't always what they seem.
especially with the rich and famous.
Yeah, for sure. And we have to remember,
Diddy's innocent until proven guilty.
of course,
Even with that in mind, it makes you think,
about power dynamics, about people being taken advantage of,
absolutely.
about how easy it is for corruption to happen.
Especially in those upper echelons of society.
It really makes you wonder what else is out there.
And how we even begin to uncover it all.
Well, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this story.
And we'll keep you updated on anything new that comes up.
In the meantime, I think it's a good reminder for all of us.
To be skeptical, to ask questions, and to demand better from the people in charge.
That's what it's all about, right? Holding those in power accountable.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll be back soon with another episode.
Another topic that deserves a closer look.
Always looking forward to it.
Until then, stay curious, everybody, and we'll see you next time.